Welcome to the Bemidji Curling Club here in beautiful Bemidji, Minnesota. For Lakeland PBS, I'm Bill Sanford, and I'm here with Jamie Quello. And we are here for the third round match of the 2020 Mixed Doubles National Championship. We'll be featuring matches on Sheet 3 throughout the entire competition. This match will feature the Walker Leichter rink based in Massachusetts versus the Clark Bond rink, and they're based in Seattle, Washington. Jamie and I were kind of joking that we got the coasts going after each other here.
Battle of the border waters.
Battle of the border waters, pretty much on the opposite ends of the country. Jamie's going to take a couple minutes to go over the rules for you because mixed doubles is a little different if you're not used to that. So, Jamie, take it away.
All right, let's talk about the rules here for mixed doubles. Each team has 2 players, 1 male, 1 female, no alternates allowed. 1 pre-positioned stone per team, so 1 guard up high at a predetermined spot, and 1 rock right on the back of the forefoot. 5 stones to play per end, so 6 stones in total. 2 are pre-positioned and placed, and 5 are thrown by the players. 8 end games with 22 minutes of thinking time. Each of the players play 2 positions of stones. You either throw stones 1 and 5, or you throw stones 2, 3, and 4. Players can switch positions at any time. So if you're not feeling that you can throw 1 and 5, you can turn around and you can throw 2, 3, and 4. No takeouts until the 4th played stone. So any stone of any color, even if it's yours, no peel of shame, it has to stay in play. And 1 power play can be utilized per team when you have the hammer. So we'll see as the game goes, and you'll kind of learn a little more about mixed doubles.
Sounds awesome. We've already had a couple of draws earlier yesterday, and we've got some standings to go over for everybody. I'm just going to read through the teams here and let you know where they all stand. The Anderson-Dropkin team from Minneapolis are 2-2. I'm sorry, 2-0. Persinger and Plies are 2-0 as well. Clark and Bond from Seattle are 1-1. And Walker Leichter of Massachusetts are 1-1. And Bear Stopera are 0-2. McMakin Fenson are 0-2. Hamilton are 2-0, and they're from McFarland, Wisconsin. Agree McLean from Chaska, 1-1. And Christensen Schuster are 1-1 from Duluth. And Goranova Clausen from Maryland are 1-1. And Peterson Polo, Joe Polo, right from our neck of the woods here, are 1-1. They're down in Chaska now. And Ryman Smith are 0-2. So that's the standings right now, Jamie. We're going to get down to the ice in just a minute, but I just want to take a little time to say thank you to our sponsors. They have made this possible. Visit Bemidji, Sanford Health, Paul Bunyan Communications, First National Bank of Bemidji, Bemidji Regional Airport, and the Hearing and Wellness Center, as well as Ruth Howe made an individual contribution to help make this happen. So, again, we really want to thank those folks, and, they are making these web streams and our Sunday broadcast possible. So why don't we, I was going to say let's get down to the ice, but there's nobody down there yet, so we can just chat a little more, Jamie, talk a little bit about what's going on.
Well, going back to the standings, Bill.
Yeah.
You're talking 2 1-1 teams so far, and in their Pool A, is Anderson-Dropkin, and they've just been commanding. We've watched one of their games already and kind of saw part of their second game, and there's no forgiveness with that team whatsoever. And Persinger Plies is also 2-0 in that same pool, and we got to watch their game yesterday, and they played quite well, very
Absolutely.
well. So you got 2 1-1 teams, Bill, and both Clark and Walker Leichter. Each of them plays Stopera and McMakin, who haven't won a game yet. So potentially, this is a playoff game right here.
It could be.
This is a playoff game. So there's huge implications in this game of winning this one and making it into the next level, because the top 3 in each pool advance.
Absolutely. It's no surprise with Anderson-Dropkin either. They're rated number 5 in the world. Mm-hmm. I think the next team that's playing here is rated number 42 in the world. So, they're way up there in their skill level, and it shows when they play.
Oh yeah.
They just don't miss shots.
But with curling, we know how it goes. It's about getting the hot hand, and who can maintain this hot hand the whole time. And
sure.
It's hard to keep that winning going.
Absolutely.
The entire tournament. So we'll see if Anderson and Dropkin can keep that up the entire tournament.
Well, the way they've been playing, it doesn't look like they're struggling too much. So it looks like they're having a lot of fun out there, and they just keep dropping them in. You know, they just keep making those shots, tough shots. So.
Yeah, a lot of tough shots.
Seen some really outstanding curling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, curling league once a week, you don't see that many of the kind of shots that you see here.
Yep.
Some of the takeouts are just amazing. You know, a double or a triple when you've got a long run back, and it just it's fun to watch. Fun to watch this caliber of curling.
Yeah, definitely. And if you want to interact with us, you can hit us on Twitter. I watch Twitter. I don't know how to tweet. Is that the proper terminology?
I think it is. Yeah. I'm not a big Twitter person either.
I'm not
I think
tweeting.
We're too old for that. You know?
Well, I don't know what that Bill.
Well, I am.
Okay, I just don't do it. Is my excuse. So. It's hashtag MDNats. So hashtag MDNats. You can join in, and we'll look at your comments. And it's kind of fun to hear everybody's questions and what they're seeing. And fourth end break, we have a treat.
We do. Sean Olson's going to come up here.
Sean Olson's going to come up. And
for those of you that don't know who Sean Olson is, he is like the Mr. Magic ice maker. For any of the really high-level curling competitions, they get Sean to come in and do the ice. And from what I understand, he's second to none.
I think he's a wizard status. Maybe he's at that warlock, right?
Could be.
The guy's amazing what he's done at our club.
It's been funny, you know, we've been around here for several days getting set up and stuff and getting to know Sean a little bit, and everybody's antsy about getting the ice ready, and they kept asking him, Sean, when's the ice going to be ready? And he's just low-keyed, and he just kind of looks at him. It's like, it'll be ready when it's ready. It's like asking Picasso, you know, when is his painting going to be done, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's a Picasso, Bill. It's unbelievably fast, and you know.
It is, and a lot of curl. You know?
Yeah, I think Vicky Persinger was saying last night it's frickin' fast. That's a level right there. It's frickin' fast. So.
Yeah, I think they're enjoying some really good ice conditions, so they can get a lot of curl on the rock.
Yeah, they were getting quite a bit. I mean, we ran into some flat spots yesterday too. You know, it's wherever that path of that rock was, it was changing after time, and
sure.
They started out by aiming for the edge of the 12-foot, and eventually they moved in to the edge of the 8-foot, and they kept swinging on them a little bit. So it'll be fun to see how teams react. It usually takes an end or two, we've seen, for them to really get gauged in on where to place that rock.
And that's typical. I mean, it's the same way when you curl league. You know, the first rock or two that you throw, the ice changes quite a bit from that too when you get into the game. You know.
Yep. Well, it appears that Walker and Leichter, they start with the hammer.
Yeah, short's better than heavy.
So
Let's go for 30.
We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Your outrun really should be a little softer anyway.
Kristen, we'll see her throw her first rock.
Okay, softer release.
Real heavy.
Lots of room, Chris.
Yeah, it's way out here.
Curling now.
I know, it needs to.
He was saying real heavy, and then all of a sudden he's on it. So
Yep.
maybe it wasn't quite as heavy as he thought.
And he felt it was wide also, and we see that swing. I mean, it definitely they were aiming for the edge of the 12-foot.
Yeah. That's a nice rock. Exposed a little bit, you know, not absolutely perfect, but really nice shot.
Yeah. Monica Walker with her first shot.
I think it's all there. I got a 95.
Okay, room. Whoa. Always finish.
Back
Mine's
eight.
getting better. Always finish. Not on it, no.
And you can see we're starting out. They said it was a 95, and you can see that's already soared through the house.
Yeah.
We were seeing draw times around 4:22 to 4:35 yesterday. Extremely fast.
22.
Hog to Hog's running 15:30s. It's just freaking fast, is what I would definitely say.
Yep, if you can. If you can, yes. Whoa.
There's a 15:31 right there, so we'll see how far he can drag that in.
He's working it.
Chris is good sweep, and look at that. Nice shot.
Absolutely.
Nice shot. Monica's looking at already driving that front guard back. Alex with some good takeout weight. There we go. Break up a little bit of action. Pretty good.
Good shot, Alex.
Other side now. Well, no, let's play the same side. We don't need to
Don't
cover
think Monica
any.
recognizes
It's too far back there.
that rock bounced out.
Same ice to get to that spot. 25.
That rock on the right, that bounced out, but we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it in there, I guess.
Soft release. 30.
34. Yep, if you can.
Big miss by
Yeah.
Leichter. Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite him in the butt.
Surprised the official on the other end didn't see that.
It's a lot for an official to catch, but
Ooh, hit it too far.
I almost like this.
typically it's not the official's responsibility to be
Right.
watching whether they're playing
Right.
or not. You know, the uniqueness of curling is that you officiate yourself
Right.
until there's an issue. Now,
Do you like the hit
if a
better?
coach would have jumped up and said technical timeout where you give the X symbol with your arms, you know, you maybe could have developed a debate and the players could have decided that themselves.
You think I'm aiming like edge of 4 with backline?
I think a
more than
little
that?
bit more, to be
Okay,
honest.
edge of that rock
This is
then.
fresh path, like
But I
Well,
think, as we've seen in mixed doubles, the ones biting on the outside don't typically happen to be the ones you got to worry about.
There have been a few faux pas here. Yesterday in one of the matches,
Whoa.
one of the players threw an extra rock.
Curl.
Yeah,
And
Gotta
big
curl
takeout,
forward.
moved everything around, and they're scrambling,
curl.
trying to figure out where everything was and get it back. So it happens, you know.
well, mathematically, when someone takes your
Keep going,
rock
keep
and
going,
there's
go.
none left, you figure that one out pretty quick, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep, right out, right out, right out.
That's a great shot.
That just like,
good shot. Did it?
that stone kind of picked.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It didn't follow a straight path.
Alex saying looked like the rock picked. It was probably more of a fresh path no one's played on. Whether they ran the rocks on that portion of the back of the house. Typically they'll run them and they go right through the center of the house.
There.
80, 85.
Okay.
75 is probably okay.
Leichter does have the hammer. So they're okay with playing these hits on the inside.
You barely have it, Chris.
Want to hit and roll. Oh, there's a jam that didn't do him any
That
good.
must have been really heavy.
Oh.
That just bumped.
That one touched too. Well, they saw it. Okay.
Yeah, going this way, or do you want to go out the outside? Probably outside, right?
I think so.
Because if I'm light, it's a guard at least.
It's either that or it's through the hole behind the red, but we don't know that path.
Well, last
at all.
night we developed some names for teams, Bill. We
You're 6.
I heard
right?
we were
asking-
definitely working on that.
yeah, we were asking
it's
for
this wide
suggestions on
And I think I'm just
intermingling
top 8, right?
team names and
Half open, top 8.
Yeah,
you know,
so
what
same
what
speed as
what a
the
mixed
half
doubles
display.
marriage means,
Edge.
right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep one name or are you just gonna merge the names? So I think this is an equal sex society that we're just gonna merge
Merge the names. Yeah. Okay.
We'll just make it
So
easier.
what'd you come up with?
So we got Leichter is what we kind of
Leichter,
heard
okay.
on
Okay, that's close.
the Twitter box and
Bondark?
Plenty of
and then we got
Are
Blark.
you gonna be- do you need
Blark.
me?
Okay.
Blark and
Me on
Leicher.
the
So
Gotta go.
I think I like Bondark better.
Bondark,
Yep, gotta go.
Bondark. Well, we're looking for suggestions. If anybody wants to join in with suggestions,
Full 12.
Minn Dat Nats, MD Nats.
Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Good sweep, Alex. Good sweep.
Perfect, I think.
What do you see?
All of it.
Yeah, that's pretty wide open, Bill. That's set up pretty well for a double.
We can try this, but
If
it's
not a hit
You can
and roll
play this,
over.
and at least worst case is 2, or we can just go here and risk it.
Probably hit, right?
It's up to you.
I
Chris
think
and Kristen
so.
having the discussion on final stone.
Like 10
Kristen, you know, just
like
you
in
want to hit
practice
it. And
yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's play that. This is okay.
if you don't get the double and you roll out, you give up a deuce. That's the danger in this one.
Right.
If you know, if you double this one out, if you run that back and you can hit that yellow out and you can stick and maybe hide behind, you know,
You're sitting pretty good. Yeah.
Well, you force
I think you're okay.
you force
you're
Blark
okay.
to make a draw.
Whoa,
They tried
whoa,
one.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is all they've tried the entire game. So
Chris, whoa, yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
great shot right there.
Great
Right
shot.
there's the double.
Nice. Very
Yep.
nice.
I think it's just on the nose.
Now this is where, Bill, that rock that bounced out, and I'd challenge anyone to go back and watch that. That one bounced. I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you hit and you roll out, if you don't stick on this one, you give up one on a rock that really shouldn't exist in the first place.
So hers moved a bit.
You know, I'll have to admit, I wasn't watching it that close, but you saw it.
Oh yeah, that was a
It was
great
out,
shot.
yeah.
It was a great shot, taking out all rocks but one.
Control.
Control. Okay.
I mean, there were 3 in the house at that time. I challenge anybody watching it to let us know whether you saw the same thing. But maybe it won't matter.
It's heavy.
Yep. Whoa.
Heavy being a bad sign that it's
Yep.
not curling, but then they're calling on for the sweep calls. And
Yep.
there we go. Doesn't matter anyways.
Me too.
Nice shot by Walker to get Blark their single for the game. Didn't have that one come bite you in the butt. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors. Visit Bemidji, Sanford Health, Paul Bunyan Communications, First National Bank of Bemidji, Bemidji Regional Airport, Hearing and Wellness Center, and Ruth Howe. Ruth, I hope you're watching.
I hope she is.
Oh, man.
Awesome lady.
Oh, you want to see a good interview, watch Ruth on that Paul Bunyan.
Oh, the documentary?
The
we did,
documentary.
Yeah, on
Oh,
Lakeland.
man.
Yeah.
She's a superstar.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, if you're tuned in here, you can go to lptv.org and look for a documentary on the Bemidji Curling Club. And a lot of legends are featured in that. Fun show. Kind of talks about the history of the club and the history of curling in Bemidji. Very rich history here. Check it out at lptv.org.
A lot of other great sponsors, Bill. I mean, we got Bemidji Woolen Mills, Slim's Bar and Grill, Rogers Law Office, Peterson Sheet Metal, Bemidji Brewing, which sounds good right now, and Affinity Plus. So
Absolutely.
a lot of people jump in to help events in
20.
Bemidji.
Mine's good.
It's a unique thing. You know, the advertising on the ice that we have
Mine's
is
a little
extremely
tight.
unique.
Weight's good
It
there.
creates a lot of
Mine's
fun
good.
scenarios, especially when someone hogs a rock. You get to make fun of them that they didn't even make
Oh,
it to the
mine's
Chalet
perfect.
Center car wash. You know, what are you thinking? You barely made it to Up North Sports.
Yep.
Really nice.
Been there, done that, Johnny.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
20 on the dot.
So Monica gets a nice draw to start it off.
Yeah, no, 15-11. So it's the same as the draw shot. So like 15-3.
Yeah.
So 30 is good. Play the intern. Right to it or just top button is also a good shot.
So what do you want me to throw at 35?
30, 35, yeah.
Oh, it's a little hot.
Heavy, yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
We need backing all day. It's not so bad. Just gotta curl a mile. Dig for it. Dig for it. Dig for it.
So Chris was talking about getting a 15-11 is what he had Monica at, and he was saying they should have had about a 15-30. And
That's fine.
Kristen on that one threw a 14-14, so you know must have found a path that hadn't been played on yet, being the second end.
Yeah, I actually
it's still
like the tap a little bit.
fresh
Little
ice.
tap.
Yeah, tap's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to throw a 20 then.
You know, even
Because
though
they
they
tap on the nose
even
and it
though
puts
they
the
pebble
yellow
and they
right
nip
onto
and they
that
run the
red
rocks over,
side.
there's still path that needs to be
This one
worn
curly
down
has
It's
by
fine.
rocks. And the sliding path has a lot to do with it too.
A little light.
What?
Just to it.
Okay, line's good. It's got to curl now. No, line's good. Straight, straight. Needs to go.
Yep.
Me.
Yep.
1509 on that shot.
Sweep for the bump. Yep. 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 That's good.
Good shot.
I just kicked that rock, but it didn't move, I don't think. So.
We know where it's
I'm going to play the same way you play.
Monica getting angry and
It's
kicking
half
rocks
open.
now.
I've got a whole lot of it. So
Already started the game that way.
Everyone's been heavy. The last 3 shots were backline.
Okay, it's above the T line now, though. I mean, we're here
No, it's
already.
okay. Inside angle is all we want. We just want a half
Okay.
angle freeze it. 25.
.403.
What did you get?
403.
You say Chris was saying he wanted a 25, so he wanted a 425. Kristen saying that he threw a 403. So he looks pretty good, but it just beat the curl a little bit more than what he wanted. Pretty good. He got the shot he was looking for.
Yeah.
He wanted to line that up behind that center guard. And
Yeah.
We are shot right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, here with board or even more.
there's separation.
Yeah. I mean, I like enough to like
We want to lose that, right?
move that. Yeah. Normal.
Okay. How much are we hitting? Half?
Half a rock.
Monica. Monica, how do they?
Turns out that rock was in the house.
They
Bill,
have hammer.
I was wrong.
Yeah. Do you want to
Okay.
card?
And my one time I was wrong was documented on the
Thank you.
web stream.
Good
So
for us, right?
hopefully my kids don't watch this.
It's hard.
My wife would probably tell me that's usual.
Brain fart.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I just got down here. I
I
was
just
thinking
got
through
like
stuff.
excited about it.
Sure looked like it went out to me.
I was justifying to myself as this is good because it'll open up the draw for the points.
Yeah, and then yeah. I'm like, we can score multiple here.
Let's steal one.
So I think you need like a 35.
Middle of the 8, middle of
Yeah.
the 12.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah, 35. Just a little past the center guard.
Yep. It's all there.
How much?
Like top 8,
Okay, nose freeze isn't bad.
it's gonna come down a little.
Where?
3,
Where?
3,
Okay.
3,
It's curl
4.
if you can.
4.
I don't mind the freeze if you can get there.
I don't want to freeze on the outside.
Okay, no freeze, no freeze. No, 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 just leave it. Oh, unless you can freeze. Okay.
Not bad.
Kept going.
We threw a 25.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be a little bit more on the outside and set up in case you run that straight back, you run that red out.
I guess given that we were only 6
But-
inches off.
But like, does the freeze doesn't really. I guess you could have locked that inside angle. I thought we were so far out that it would never go back to the middle. That's why I didn't like the freeze. But
I knew my line was good.
yeah, so I said 4, so I could have frozen it.
Yeah.
Like, that's your fault.
I would say freeze if you can.
Misses hit the guard, so give me just a half-inch less. Yeah, it's got to be on the guard if anything.
Yes, guard! You're on the guard.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Peel the guard.
Could not.
One out, there's 2 out, Bill. I saw that one.
I think you're right.
All right.
This time.
Great part about Lakeland Public TV is we can edit my being wrong out.
This is live. Can't,
Oh,
edit, can't
man.
edit live TV.
I think on the Toyota.
There's got to be some way.
The wrong clock's running.
We
by
have
the way.
no time travel machine at Lakeland.
It's fine, but it's. So,
Untweet it.
The line was good, right?
that perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. 35.
Yeah. Weight's nice. We're 3.
Okay, line's good. I think you let it grab a bit.
Okay.
It's actually wider.
Okay.
Where?
Still 3.
Where is it?
Almost 4. I can't really go.
Okay, don't go. I think you just let it die.
Okay. Almost to it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, you're right. Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Stick this here so you have a play on it.
I think he wanted to
No.
line up more in that red one, Bill. Is kind of
guard.
think what he was looking for.
Then we have no shot.
What?
If we go here, he just throws the guard.
Okay, okay.
So we play this, get rid of these. This goes here.
Okay.
So we need to stick this there. So we got to hit this almost there. This is going to stay.
Okay.
You're going to have to run something for one. Might be worth the risk if we can clip this.
They're going to try to move a lot of rocks here, the way it looks.
And then they can move it with no risk.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Chris saying he's wanting to run back that top yellow, and I think moving back that top yellow, you might at least move those 2 top yellows over. Your red's going to jam if you can hit it right. Your red's going to jam into that yellow. That yellow's going to stick. And you're going to probably use that back red and that other yellow. Yellow might jam in the back, but regardless, you at least move things to get yourself to a position that maybe you can get a multiple this next one. A lot of angles.
Half-inch left.
There is a lot of angles, and there's enough distance between the rocks that, depending upon where you hit that front one, it could change the outcome a lot.
Yeah, a lot of angles, and the other interesting part is most times you have a skip sitting in the house that can develop these angles, and he's got time to sit and think about it while someone's sitting in the hack.
Okay. Sorry. I was just trying to make sure it was out of your way.
Move stuff, it just, you hit it a little bit on the inside. But yeah, that time's a big function. Not only you sit and you talk with your partner about it, what you're going to do, but then you got to slide down to the hack. You got to make that shot.
Right.
Now, you only got 22 minutes of thinking time.
So you.
And that's a time when the
really
rock's
middle
not
for
in
this?
motion.
Should I go out that far?
Yes.
Under the old format of curling,
Yeah, I mean, you go a
they should
tick
just
less
have
than
playing
that if you
time.
want.
And the clock elapsed
But
for
I thought
different
my
color.
last one was not going to curl enough and it
Well,
overcurled.
the team who
Yeah.
was ahead was punished a lot of
I
times.
think I got kind of on the path that like this was
Or I'm sorry,
right
was
where it just swooped.
rewarded because they were doing takeouts most of the time, and the team
Sure.
behind was punished because they were doing draws the whole time. And as the ice got faster and faster and faster, you know, that increased the time of travel of the rock.
I think it's one of the things that makes the game interesting. You know, with the limited amount of time that you do have, you know, you got to be on top of it. You got to be thinking. You got to be moving all the time.
Weight's nice.
Mine's
It's a
good.
3.
Little tight. Mine's good.
3-4.
Whoa.
3-4.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of sports
pretty
that
good.
your time based on the time you're not playing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Most
Yeah.
sports time you for the time you are playing. Football,
That's the safest because if you ever roll
well,
out
soccer,
here,
they
it's
just really
3.
don't time whatsoever. They just
You
give
go
you more
here,
time if you need it.
If you even just do
Well,
that,
football, you only got so much time. You
if
know,
we can get it,
But
huddle
it's
to
it's
get
playing
ready.
time.
Yeah.
You might not even be
This
able to get shot,
this
but
is
I don't
non-playing
really like to
time.
look
This
at
is
that.
I don't know if it'll-
thinking
I don't
time,
know if we'll get
right?
shot.
Yeah.
Ouster and draw.
So
Not yet.
that is the
make the
difference in
double
this
to give
game.
them one,
Basketball's
too.
playing time, hockey's a playing time.
You can
You know, yeah, you do
give
get
them
you
one.
get time for your timeouts,
But
but
if you like to draw, it's fine. We just have to touch 4. I would say give yourself a couple extra inches.
you don't lose
so that
because
we
you
can
went
make
over
sure
your
we can
timeout.
That's true.
Right?
So
You
let's
just
play this shot, and if I can carve
Yeah,
it
that is a
here,
little
great.
final in curling. You run out of time, you lose. Doesn't matter. You can be 10 points
You like that
ahead.
better than the nose hit?
I suppose in football, the other team could just not go on the field, stay in the timeout, and then the other team just runs down the field.
So
But,
draw here.
you know, that
give
doesn't
up
happen
one.
very often.
Same shot.
Yeah,
really.
when I first
Would you like to hit?
learned that rule
So
that,
I
you know,
think-
in
I
these
mean, if
kind
I
of
was throwing it, I
competitions,
might
when you
throw
run
it
out of
again,
time,
but
you
I think you're
lose.
throwing it, we should
I was
probably
kind of
throw it again.
shocked because usually, you know,
I feel like we're
you
pretty
get
confident
penalized in
right
some
now.
way or another in most other sports, but you don't lose the game. You know, here it's
And
you're
then
done.
If you're throwing about this to the button.
So
just
they
go
got to
2 more
watch that
inches.
clock.
If you were there. If you're here, take that.
No, I'm half.
Okay, yeah, so just take a little bit more.
So the center of the red rock?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
20, 25.
And light release, right?
All she really has at this point is a draw, Bill, and you can see they did the reference of the outside of the red rock. So that's about a 7-foot curl. So it's a 41, so you can see Chris jumped on it right away. They had mentioned that they wanted a 25. Most of the play has been on the in-turn. So, you know, this is one of the first out-turns, so that's...
Can you carve it?
I tried to, but
That's where they're struggling with the curl.
It's going to be 3. Sorry. I should have waited. My bad. 3.
No, now they gave up 3.
Oof, that hurts.
I don't blame him for getting on it, though. You know, they developed the time. They said a 25. He gets a 41. I got a 41. I would assume he got close to the same. He jumped on it really fast.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, you have to evaluate where rocks are at, and that's where reading your ice comes in pretty important. But
Awesome. Thank you. And they got some time back too, right? I hope. They got some time back too, I hope.
All right. Why don't we take a minute to thank our sponsors again. I want to thank Visit Bemidji, Sanford Health, Paul Bunyan Communications, First National Bank of Bemidji, the Bemidji Regional Airport, and the Hearing Wellness Center, as well as Ruth Howe. Ruth, we hope you're watching. And, you know, I also want to thank for USA Curling, you know, Toyota has really stepped up and helped make a lot of these national competitions possible. And locally, their local affiliate, Chesterburg Toyota. So thank you very much for your support of USA Curling and their support of the competition we've got going on right here in Bemidji.
here you see the scores here, Bill. We got a few close games, and
Oh, we see the. Oh, I guess they're gone.
26.
Okay.
I think I need to. It feels
you're
tight
okay.
you
too.
need to find some scores. Check online,
Right, girl.
curlingzone.com.
All right, you can go.
I gotta go.
Right now, this is one of the feature events going on. Starting tomorrow is the Briar. Pretty exciting. The men's Canadian Nationals.
He's getting a little cardio here. You can hear him panting.
Good sweep. It's just not quite as fast that way.
Yeah, and it just felt slow out of your hand.
And that was a 25?
35. 30 is good.
So now Kristen's going to try the in-turn. Monica was on the out-turn.
Still the same.
35 is what they're calling for, and she threw a 20.
Yep, yep.
So Chris is a little apprehensive.
Okay, lots of room.
She was really. Did you notice she was really close to the hog line when she was holding that thing? Yeah, it was right on the mark there. Nice rock.
Yep. A little heavy. A little
Okay.
heavy, but
Got it placed where she wanted it, though.
yep.
Right on top.
Yeah, mixed doubles national, they don't port in the sensor handles or
15,
the USCA rocks, and I don't know if they would do that at all clubs or if that's just because, you know, there's newer rocks in Bemidji. Our rocks came
A little soft.
Okay, a little light.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Need me?
No.
I got it.
We were on the list after Kazakhstan.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Oh,
After they got their rocks, we got ours.
Straight all the way.
yeah. There's a whole story behind the rocks, and they come from a specific quarry in Scotland. Is it?
It's an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Read something about it. Pretty interesting.
Okay.
It's the only place in the world where curling stones come from,
Sorry, that's terrible.
Yeah.
and they're not cheap. What did the set of rocks cost for the club here? Do you remember, Jamie? It was a big number. It's like 30,000.
Yeah, all said and done, close. USCA gave us a, you know, they have a rocks program that they give you interest free for 5 years, and
Okay.
really great program for club, and they buy your old rocks back.
Oh,
So, you know, that takes.
what do
a
they
lot
do
of
with
club.
old rocks?
They send them to clubs that are developing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I mean, they'll send our old rocks to a arena club that's just getting started, you know, and they'll sell them to them for a good deal, you know. Otherwise, I've been to clubs and they have old rocks sitting there. Well, what good does that do you? You know.
So for people that don't understand, what wears out in the rocks? They wear down, right?
They get flat. You scratch them so many times they get flat on the bottom, and then they just don't. They're not as what people would say lively. You know, they don't have as much action because they've been sanded down so many times.
I was visiting with somebody about that, and they said they also lose a little bit of their like elasticity or something. They're not as lively. Like you said, when they hit each other, they don't go as far, and kind of strange. I'm sure there's some science in there that I don't have a clue about.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I heard that one too, and I question how you could change the density of a rock.
Well, I don't know. You know, if you hit them hard long enough, does something change structurally in them? I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be a denser rock.
Maybe our guest Sean can tell us about that.
There we go. That's a good question, Bill. He'd probably tell us more than we want to hear. See, Kristen's on the guard there.
Now we guard the red only.
Exactly. Because the
Well,
yellows
half.
overlap.
Sorry.
Half, right? So
Monica's on the guard there.
touch the line
Yeah.
or just on that side.
So Blark's sitting pretty good with 3 in the house at this
I'll
point.
throw less than I just threw. Okay. 45.
So you can see the standings on the left there on the screen, the other sheets.
75.
Anderson Gropkin again pulling away. Sheet 5.
So you hear Chris wanting to guard, and you know he said a 45, and Kristen yelled out a 75. I hope she meant 475 based on where the rock ends up. It's probably more than likely. That's a good guard.
Okay.
75.
Really good guard.
We have to unlock this for your
Yeah,
last
we
one.
have to, yeah.
So I think it's either play like that and set up something,
Yeah.
or try this now.
I'm thinking try this now.
Even if I chip this, it's not bad.
Right. Try this, get that one, and then we're in a lot better position.
Yeah. What kind of weight do you like?
Is it there even?
Yes.
Okay. I like firm.
Okay. I could throw less.
I think you want to hold it straight.
Okay. You think it's gonna curl that much?
So you can see those two yellow at the top are locked together. So no matter what you do in hitting that top rock, you're going to have that one yellow in the back go out.
Yep.
Either that one yellow is going to stay, but it's pretty much a wasted shot. And you can see that they want to move those because you can't play with those rocks. There's not much you can do to drive anything back. So now it's just kind of a shot to move some things around because of that guard rock out front.
Nice shot.
It's that one too, Bill.
Just a hair thin.
All right. They got what they were after.
Still has
Guard or two.
Leichter.
I like the draw.
How about Walter? I think Walter would fit a lot better.
Still working on making up these names.
I
huh?
just think it flows off. Like
Can't get through that
Leicher's, I don't know. I like Walter.
So-
Walter might fit.
We're
better.
gonna confuse the audience listening at home.
Just gotta
You
make
can't.
it
Blark is
button
Blark.
again.
You just can't get anything
Blark?
else out of Blark.
Okay.
I think we're better off missing the yellow and going by than moving it over.
Oh, for sure.
Chris wanted to draw down into that pocket.
25. 30's okay.
$35.
28 is what I got. She said 35, so we're
Yes,
close.
bye.
Chris looks like a pretty effective sweeper. Looks like he's tired right now, but that just seems to be light. They're not happy with that shot.
No.
He gave the ice a little spanking, so wasn't what he was going for. Out of his hand, it didn't seem that bad unless he pulled back on it.
Yeah, he was on it right away. I think when he let go of it, he knew he was light.
Well, she said a 35, and 35's been carrying pretty good.
I'll come up with you and try to help you out.
At least within sweeping range.
Yeah, the line's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So Blarker's going to get an opportunity with this final stone. Put one right in that pocket. So we'll see what Monica has for a split. After Chris threw a 28 on my clock.
410, I think it's all there.
415, so.
It's close.
Whoa.
I don't think I can go.
No.
It's close.
Close. Yep.
Line only.
Yep. Hard.
Ooh, nice.
Beauty. Great
Look
job.
at that.
Great sweeping by Alex.
Boy, that was
Great sweep.
Great job.
just missed that yellow
Miss
up
our
front.
first three, make the last two. Best you can do is this.
You know what? It doesn't hurt.
You can
to
follow that. I mean, that literally almost picked, like right here.
Yeah. So it doesn't hurt to follow it and try to bump it. Like we don't have to do it.
If they only score one, we're still in the game. Power play next time.
So if we go after her and try to bump it, why don't I throw board weight and see if we can
No, throw back line.
back line?
Yeah, we stretch 4, right? So
Yeah.
you'll never get the curl with that weight.
Yeah, it probably won't work, but if it does work,
You could also run this red into the yellow for the double and get 3.
uh-huh.
The guard I threw,
Yeah.
you can get the angle on the 2 yellows for 3.
And there's no risk of giving it more than one.
Well, probably not. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. You could
Do you
slam
want
it
to
in
go
there.
look at it real quick?
Well, do you think the shot's even possible?
No. I mean, unless,
Yeah, they're using some of their thinking time here.
They're down to 12 minutes.
Thicker on the yellow, right here.
They'll be in the 11th by the time they throw the rock, and they still have
At least for 2.
one end to go in their fourth
worst
inning break.
case scenario. Okay, so if I miss it really
I don't
bad,
think you could jam it and give them 2, but if you do, what's the difference?
is
We're
there
down
any
to 5.
chance that we'll run that into our
Maybe, but
red?
it's 1 point, down 5 or 6. What's the difference? I don't think it's a big deal. We give up 1 this way, but we're down 5 still. I think I like the shot. I don't think you can make that.
Are you sure?
You have to throw the same weight she threw, so that yellow's not going very far.
Okay.
It's for 1.
So where do you want me to throw it?
Whatever weight you want, normal.
Okay, where do I throw it?
Yeah, they're burning through some time. It'll be interesting when we get towards the end of the game to see where they're at here. You know?
Well, it's a pretty crucial point, though. I mean,
It is.
You definitely want
Get them both out of the
to get a point on the board, and you have a possibility for 2. You know, and if you hit this one right, maybe you could get 3.
Okay, edge of the rock.
You're not going to win at this level, Bill, if you're not going to take risks.
That's true.
That's a big part of the game, is taking risks.
If you can see that shiny spot on the rock, it's like an inch outside of that.
Okay.
But you want to aim at the edge.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
So now Kristen's going to try to drive that front red one
I
back.
don't think this is going to move much, so just throw 9.5 though. It doesn't need to be a ton of weight. We got to be able to work it. Yeah.
9.5 being a reference from hog to hog. A little bit more of a heavy takeout.
Go hard. Yes! Whoa, 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 it's falling out.
Jesus. Or it's not good.
Overcurled.
Yep.
Another steal. Another steal for Walter on that end. That's going to put them up 5-0 now.
Yep.
So it looked like we were on it. So then I called
But as
it.
we've seen in mixed doubles, it doesn't take much to get a 3
Yeah, that's what I
or
mean. Like I should have told you that.
2.
Like
You can definitely get multiple points there pretty quick.
Let's take another minute to thank our sponsors one more time here. We couldn't do this without them, so we really want to let them know that we appreciate their support. Again, Visit Bemidji, want to thank them very much. Sanford Health, Paul Bunyan Communications, First National Bank of Bemidji, Bemidji Regional Airport and the Hearing and Wellness Center, as well as Ruth Howe. Ruth, hope you're watching. And also want to do a shout out to Toyota and Chesterburg Toyota for their support of this great event.
And you can't forget a lot of the USCA sponsors. I mean, there's a lot of good ones to mention. You know, you got the Gold Lines, and, all the different brands these players are wearing, and you know,
Sure.
TCO, and they're supporting the high performance players and USA Curling in general. So, Thorn, and it's just all over these players' jerseys. All the support they've given.
70 board.
Absolutely. And, you know, to curl at this level is not an inexpensive thing with all the travel they have to do, you know. I was looking through the curling zone at all of the rankings of these different players, and it's really all based on points and how they do at the different events they go to. And, you know, you could be actually a better curler than somebody that's got a lot higher score than you. You just don't have the financial resources to travel as much, so you don't get as many points because you're not at as many of these big events. So
Yeah.
it's tough. You know, it's really tough. It's a huge commitment, not only just time but financial, for the people to get to this level and to curl like this. So they've really given up a lot to do this. But you know, it's the one thing about curling that is so fun. That the reason I enjoy it is just the friendships that you develop, and
So last time we thought it was
they last a lifetime.
Yeah, so I think 20, 25. We've been trying to throw 30, right? So that's just a little less.
It's grown to wanting the players to play more at a international level, a larger national and international level than just your local bonspiels, and then getting a hot hand and winning a national event.
Yes!
You know, they're wanting to promote getting the U.S. out, and the U.S. has been more successful over the years in the international events. Kristen being a little bit heavy. She was hoping to stack on that rock, but displaced it.
Yeah, I think so. Just, Monica, make sure the shooter rolls out. Because we don't want to
The other thing I was thinking about too today is, you know, I saw another email about the coronavirus, and you think about all the traveling these people do. That's got to be something on their mind too when they're traveling around internationally.
Yep.
Right now, you know, looking forward, kind of scary times.
Straight! Curl, curl, curl!
That's something to think about with Summer Olympics in Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Can't really
just
hit this, can we?
Unless it's perfect.
that's right down the road.
Where was it?
That's why we don't like playing that shot.
Was it all the way in?
I think so. I think that looks good.
All right, we have to bury it on that guard.
Okay.
That looks close, yeah.
So they're hitting stones out that aren't allowed to be taken out
Right.
because it's not the fourth stone played. Just got a clarification, Bill. The
On the other side.
curling stones come out of Elisa Craig.
Make sure we get a couple.
Okay.
And I knew it was something like that. I knew it was something Elisa. I just didn't want to murder it. And Elisa Craig's the island that they come out of, and a lot of time they bring them over to Canada to hone them and do all the fun stuff. There's actually some pretty cool YouTube how it's made video.
So do they send like the blanks from the quarry over to Canada to actually make them, or do
Yeah,
they make them there too?
What I've seen is they send actual cores, like the round cores that they'll drill down in this island.
Okay.
Right? And then
They'll pull a core out.
they'll pull a core out and they ship it over, and
Then they'll slice it up and.
I'm sure they do them over in Scotland and in Europe too. But the one I saw, documentary I saw, just said they send them over to Canada to have them done.
Okay.
Probably made by a Canadian producer,
It could be.
right?
CBC.
At least something's not made in China.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the other
Either
thought.
that or this.
Right. I'm not sure I have enough. The other thought I had is like
Running?
run it something.
Okay.
But if I miss, we're giving up 3 or 4.
Right.
Do you like trying that roll?
I kind of like that, but it's up to you.
I like it.
See, the power play kind of keeps that house a little more open on the center.
Right.
Forces players to play on that edge, keep that guard up. Alex hoping for a double here, at least a single. Yeah, not what he wanted.
Yeah, right on ours. So.
Yeah.
He wanted a little more rollover, whether he was going for the double or not. The double was
Run
there,
into it,
but it didn't roll at all. It actually stuck in place. So
runs it perfect, the guard should stay.
it leaves Blark with, 2 stones in place right now.
Sam, nice. Save 25.
So you're really close.
And having the hammer, they got this power position. The goal is don't leave anything down the center to hide behind. A pretty nice draw.
It is. Boy, that ice is fast.
Behind cover.
Just some of those rocks, when I watch them let go, I think there's just not enough there, but the ice is so quick.
Where am I hitting it?
Yeah, it's not fully buried. At this view, you can't quite see, with the scoreboard up, you can't see where that front guard is. But that guard's a little bit outside the 4 foot. There's definitely a half, 3/4 shown. And Alex wanted to take anything out he can at this point.
Curl. Curl.
It's good.
All right. You knocked one of them out.
2 more shots.
Yep, I saw it go out too.
Yeah.
The problem is he can hit and roll on top. If
Not
we
going to
go
live
to
that
the
one down,
guard,
am I, Bill?
We can't get rid of it. But we can give him a triple if we stick it in a bad spot.
Well, if we bury behind the guard,
He can hit and roll on top in their shot.
if it's buried,
Yeah, our buried guard is only going to be here. Our buried shot's going to be here.
Uh-huh.
So he hits and rolls and he's here.
okay.
Frozen, right?
Okay.
So I think we have to go here.
Okay.
Open. Let him play a double at it, and if he misses, we get 3.
Okay.
Right? I mean, if we go under, he's got an easy shot out of the end. We have to score at least 2.
What if we go on the opposite side?
I don't think
No?
there's a triple. Yeah, but then he's got easy access
Yeah.
to it. The whole problem is he can hit and roll on top.
Okay.
So I like just right in front of the center of it, and he can try to hit it back onto the hole, but if he misses it, fine. We need a miss anyway, so we need 3 more inches, same weight, 25, top 4. Just top 8, actually. And I touch 4. 20. We're at.
31.
Okay, should be all there.
Just jumping on it. Definitely not wanting to go too deep with it.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's too deep. He wanted it a lot higher than that.
Yeah.
He definitely wanted to be top 4.
I think it's this way.
Just dead nose. Get the crotch, sit in front of it. I think it's really hard to get the triple.
Because it's thin.
Yeah, it's so thin.
Okay. All right. On the nose.
So it's a millimeter this side.
Yeah.
Which way do you want to throw it?
I'm going to throw the out turn.
Yeah, I like it. Aim like an inch off nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't really a triple there, Bill, but
I don't think so. No, I was looking at that. I think there's certainly a double, but I think
even at a double, you got to be careful. There's a jam depending on where you hit it. You're definitely going to leave 1 in the house.
yeah.
You might leave your shooter in, depending on where you hit it.
I think if they hit it right on the nose, they can leave the shooter in, counting.
Wait's good.
But 1 red's going to stay.
Yep. Whoa!
No.
2 in.
It only affects me anyway.
so now Kristen's going to have to knock that rock out.
Just go ahead and throw it. We're running out of time.
And you can see now they're concerned about the time a little
Yeah.
bit.
Like 10-5, or do you want to throw less?
10-5.
Yeah, I was thinking that extended consultation they had was going to, it'll come back and bite them.
Curl that much?
I mean, I understand that was an important rock, but they did spend a lot of
Chris,
time
will
on
it
it.
curl that much?
We got to hit here. Otherwise,
Okay.
we're going to jam it.
Okay, if you think we need them, we can take more if you want, whatever.
Pretty crucial shot here, Bill. I mean, I know they're rushed, but well, you don't want to give them one on this one. You have an opportunity for 3.
Absolutely, and they need it.
Close, right?
You're calling on it, and there's no one to sweep.
Yes, hard! Okay, other side, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, if you can sweep it out, they can get a deuce at least.
yeah.
All right, well, that's great.
I got 2.
They got a deuce out of it, and
Yeah, it was
keeps
never
the game in
other side.
play.
You could always jam and roll off.
Right,
so.
yeah, you're right.
The only other plan there was to play softer weight and just hit it like where we saw it, but we were really tight on time.
Okay.
Like we're going to
We
run
should
out.
have stuck with your original ice. I just didn't know if we were curling off.
Yeah, you threw it up the stick a little, so it was.
Yeah.
I still keep thinking we're not good,
The rest of the game, just play very, very fast. And just try to get that first thing.
Okay. I can hold it too.
You got it.
Okay.
You're professional.
Well, Jamie, we've got a special guest here. We're with Sean Olson, and for the break here, mid-break. Sean, tell us what you do here when you come to these events.
Came to make sure the ice is good and consistent for the players from start to finish. We had a good start here because Eric had all the work done ahead of time. So it's we've just been diligent in our work and trying to make it the best we can.
How many years have you been doing this?
About 12, 15 years.
Okay, and you've been at some like high-level international events, right?
I got to help at the Olympics, and then in with that, you go to the World Juniors the year before. We do all the national and international events in the U.S. So.
You know, the folks at USA Curling were telling me that you're the master, you're the grand master of this stuff. So, you know, what's the trick of really making good ice?
Make a lot of mistakes. You learn as you go. We've got a great team of guys that, there's a bunch of us that work together, and anywhere we go, there's some combination of the group, and everything just seems to get done and done well, and we've been lucky so far. So
yeah, no, I think we've got great ice conditions here. From what I've heard from folks, they're just pleased as can be. The ice is really fast, and they're getting a lot of curl, and It's nice and flat. So
yeah, kind of put ourselves behind the 8 ball. We started good, so now we got to keep it good.
yeah,
So.
absolutely.
So how'd you make the ice so much faster than it was a week ago? I mean, we're talking extremely fast, freaking fast.
We're blessed with the opportunity to just take the club over for ourselves. We do everything we want to for one game at a time. It's not like league night where you're coming in, maybe the ice is done in the morning and it's been used all day. So, that's how it looks a little better. But it's just attention to detail. A bunch of small details turned into a real good sheet of ice. So.
I was
Play
talking
much
to,
with temperatures, or
Not a lot. You just keep an eye on the air and the ice temp. Make sure things are in the perfect spot so it reacts well. What works today in Bemidji might not work today in Fargo. And what worked today in Bemidji might be not worth a hoot tomorrow in Bemidji. So just keep an eye on things, trying to anticipate.
I was visiting with Eric a little bit about it, and he said keeping the ice really clean makes a big difference on the speed.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yep. The cleaner, the better. I'm sure you guys know any little piece of hair or piece of dirt will just completely ruin a shot. So
I've seen only saw one shot that picked something here so far. there may have been others, but that's all I caught in watching from up here.
The players at this level, they're real conscientious about staying clean because they know our guys are really fussy. We're keeping an eye on everything we can. So at an event like this, it's not unheard of, but we try and hope that it's rare that there's a problem with a pick. So.
Sure.
So is it easier to convert curling club ice or arena ice?
It's quicker in the curling club. You know, like I said, with both places, you keep in contact ahead of time. Let them know what you would like done before you get there. In the curling club, obviously, it's geared towards that to start with. So, you know, if he's got it in good shape when you get here, day or two of work, and you're ready to go. In the arenas, it's a 4 or 5 day process. So it's same thing. You're just starting from scratch in the arena, and in the club, you're just expanding on the work that's been done already.
Okay.
So if you were to have any player pet peeves, okay, we can talk about non-Bonspiel level or beer drinking, but let's say the players on the ice right now. I mean, you don't say names. You can if you want to, but
no.
If you have any pet peeves, you're just like, oh my gosh, that guy or gal again.
Nah, not really. I mean, as long as they're careful with the stainless steel equipment, I've got no problem.
Stainless steel sliders.
Stainless steel sliders and those Cobras, you know, they take the Cobra out of their pocket and it's out there by the hog line. But yeah, I tease a couple guys about that I know personally, but it's, like I said, these guys, they want good ice, so they're careful to make sure they keep good ice. And if somebody's causing a problem, the players usually address it before I ever get there. So.
Now, earlier you mentioned to me, you said you just don't want the general layman doing pebbling. What is I mean, you don't have to get scientific into it,
sure.
But what's just layman's term on best pebbling?
Just even across the sheets from one end to the other. That's the goal. I always tell people that, you know, you could have 3 games of bad pebble and the ice is out of shape bad enough that you notice it and it's tampering with shots, and you really can't fix it without a flood. So it's a huge detail that isn't always paid attention to, but you know, that's the problem that you can create the fastest and notice the fastest if the pebbling's not up to par.
Is that a tribute to your speed here? Is your pebbling? You think that changes it a little bit?
We pebble different for these games than you would for a league game. It's 2 people throwing 5 rocks, you know, and then we're going to scrape it off right away and reapply for the next game. So we can take some liberties you wouldn't want to take for a league game or even a longer 4-person game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sean, it looks like we're back in play here, but want to thank you for coming up. And, you know, I just want to personally thank you, too. You know, we were probably one of the thorns in your side when we were putting up our cameras and getting set up, and you were awesome to work with, so thank you.
That was nothing. No, thank you, guys.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Sean.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate your time. That was really good, Bill.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Learning a little bit about how this all happens. You know, everybody kind of just tunes in and watches, and you really don't understand how much work is involved in just getting everything ready, getting the ice ready. I mean, it was a 3-day affair when he got here, and Eric had been working on the ice for a day or 2 prior to that. So,
it's edge on edge. So
yeah, they take over the club. I mean, it's your league members have to sacrifice, you know, their ice for an entire week because that's what it takes to get it ready for this event. Back to the game. Looks like Walter or Leichter looks like they got the hammer and in a little bit of trouble here. Lark put some rocks up.
for anybody that just tuned in here, you know, Jamie's taken a little liberty with the team names and combined things. So if that's confusing, you'll figure it out.
Great.
It's a Friday afternoon. If you have one beer in your hand, I think you'll start to think like Jamie.
It's great.
You can play that soft weight double. We don't want to move the back
Oh, I
one,
like
though.
that. I like the
I did get some clarification on curling rocks too, Bill.
Yeah. I like that yellow on top there.
We need that back yellow.
There's 2 quarries.
So we want all their
There's Elsie Craig,
You would just tap.
right? That's the one we said, and then the other is Kay's. It's a quarry in Scotland.
Okay. Are they both in Scotland, or
Now you're asking.
asking the wrong person?
Treffer Quarry.
Like draw tap.
2 places, the island at Lisa Craig and Treffer Quarry. That's what it was, Treffer Quarry. So
Okay.
my knowledge on curling stones is
Now, I would guess that you cannot mix rocks from one quarry to the other. They'd all have to be from one or the other, right?
I don't know. Maybe that's where the different colors come from.
Could be.
That I don't know.
I'm sure there's some experts listening that could clue us in.
Yeah, Chris. Yep. Yep.
Too heavy.
A little heavier than he wanted.
Do you like the peel now?
Always my first thought.
I like the peel.
So, is there a run that we're thinking about? Like, if I catch this, it's always doing something good.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. It's worth a shot.
And it doesn't matter if it dead stuff's on
No,
the back
no,
12.
no.
Now they're talking about running that front guard back there. I want to try to start opening that center up.
Yep.
Can I throw the other turn?
What?
Can I throw the other turn?
Sure.
I think from a top view, the way those 2 are lined up definitely gives you an opportunity.
A lot of 2-point games here on the various sheets, except for sheet 6 with Peterson Polo pulling ahead.
I don't think that was what they were looking for, Bill.
No.
Came a little bit wide and hit that one on the outside.
So that he can only make the double off the center one, so we gotta
Okay.
go to the center one.
Okay.
Still have a draw to the 4 of it.
Now they're talking about guarding that center red.
35.
The 2 options are either to try to guard that pile or maybe just hit them and displace them a little bit with a heavier draw weight.
It's okay.
There you go.
They've elected for the
Line's good. Line's real
Okay,
good.
you're moving now. If you want
the guard.
We're there.
Line being the most important in this guard here. Wants it right on the center line, a little bit to the right of it.
Good shot.
Great shot.
Nice shot.
Great guard.
A lot of curl on those rocks.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going sideways. Fun to watch.
Like, just, no, like,
Yeah.
open, so they draw, you have a tap.
Yeah, or they hit, but then
That's
we draw.
fine. I love it if they hit.
Control?
Yeah, we know this spot with control, right?
Alex wanting to hit this rock on the outside. The only fear you might have in this is if you don't hit it right, you could take your yellow out of the back too. But I think they're just looking to
Yep. Yep.
get rid of any of this
Clean. Whoa,
red.
whoa.
Make a possibility to draw around with their last shot.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Technically, it's outside the line. It's half outside the line. You like the out turn?
Yes.
Right here.
Okay. Got it.
Same you've been throwing.
Kristen's going to draw it
Just a little
right to
bit
the
shorter.
button.
So similar weight to that, just, with a better release. 30, 25,
Out
30.
turn it right to left.
Nice and clean.
counterclockwise.
I think we probably have to go for weight, no?
No, it's heavy. Back 8.
See, Chris is saying it's a little heavy. He's not too apt to sweep it. Walking the dog, as some would say.
And we missed it back.
So we're going to give Monica an opportunity.
For 2.
So looking at hit and roll off their own for a possibility too.
The problem against this one, and we said it feels okay.
Yeah.
Heel like right here.
Yeah. Okay. Which turn? Cold or hot?
What?
Cold or hot?
I don't understand that. I don't know.
I think I like the outer.
Okay. So it's a thick half.
Yeah.
Almost like 2/3.
Yeah.
There's our sports reporter. Chaz is in the background there by the Toyota sign, shooting a little video for Lakeland News tonight.
Kind of interesting to hear him talk about the discussion on if you miss this shot, it's okay to give up the 1 because they discussed they're okay with a steal 1 in this end. So the discussion of risk reward
Right.
was there. Winning by multiples is important. Right there's a great shot.
Great shot.
Wow.
2.
Phenomenal shot for 2. Well worth the risk.
Yep.
And the reward was there.
That makes it tougher.
Brings it up 7-2
Yeah.
with Walker Leichter over Clark Bond. Well, Bill, I just got a clarification. This Lon Pepper, he says you should not mix the granite types. He said the densities differ and could cause chipping.
Okay.
So,
When you buy a set of rocks, it all has to come from one quarry.
being hard as a rock, I guess, is different levels. Obviously, it's been done before, mixing them.
That's how you learn. Try new things.
Tell you what, though, it isn't too often you see chipped curling stones.
No, and as hard as they hit, it's amazing they don't split in two. If somebody throws a really hard takeout.
You think of the weight. I mean, right here, there's been some massive hits.
Yeah.
And haven't heard any issues, so testament to the sport there.
I guess it's not unheard of. I mean, they have split rocks in half.
Should be all there.
I think it's like back line.
Clark and Bond already used their power play
Might as well go for curl.
on the 4th end and got them their deuce. A little bit heavy through the house. 14-13 on a hog-to-hog. Just a little bit heavy. I think we've been seeing that 15-2, that 15-3.
Yeah, I had 15 on the last one, so 30.
Oh, I would go. That's
Okay,
light.
good.
Actually, maybe not.
Way out there, though.
You can see Kristen saying it's a little light, but I think she gave a pretty positive release as she let that rock go. As you can see, it's soaring pretty good. A 1484 hog to hog. Just needs a curl, Bill. Looks like it fell in a little bit flat spot there. It's not as much action. Which you can see was heavier.
A little heavier. Yep.
Yeah, so that 15 plus is the number we need at this point.
Stole 20. A little soft.
Mine rate's good.
Okay. You might need to go on my release. Yeah, I think it's me, Monica. It's pretty late.
Looks quite a bit light.
Yep.
Never stop. Oh, straight, straight, straight.
I don't think that one's going to make it to the top of the house, but definitely on the guard. Yep.
Not good.
16-14, so we know it's not 16s, Bill. We know it's not 14s.
What about around it?
Yeah, we want to, but we want to be over buried by a quarter.
Yeah.
Which way? Let's go.
So Clark and Vaughn need to pick up 5 points in the next 2 ends, 3 ends.
They've got their work cut out for them, no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
You have room.
And then they turn around this afternoon or tonight and they play Barons Tapera, and they haven't won a game yet. It looks like they're getting beat by Persinger and Plies right now by 8-4.
Good shot.
Got to remember to keep playing fast. We got to play
Oh,
3
right.
ends.
Okay.
I keep forgetting that because we're losing.
And then Walker Leichter, they turn around tonight at 7 o'clock, and they play McMake Fenson, who hasn't won a game yet either.
Where am I hitting it?
Right here.
They're currently playing the machine of Anderson Dropkin and getting beat 5-2. Pretty good run back by Alex, but it pushes everything behind those center guards.
That's unlucky.
It's a nice hit. A little bit off with the angle though.
Big ad.
15.
Oh boy, that's really heavy.
It's either wanting to draw around those guards and you can see a little heavy and
This. And if I'm thin,
Yeah.
I not.
Wait, no. I think I'm wrong.
I don't think you have enough
I could
of that.
just double those. What?
I think I like this stuff. Then when they go under,
Right.
and then we just hit the open one.
Yeah. You like just this double?
Right?
Yeah. That was my thought. Yep.
I mean, there's a triple if you can see enough of it.
I don't think I can.
I don't think you can, though.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Just a hair high.
Just on the nose.
Just normal.
Whatever you like.
I like normal.
Okay.
Alex going for a double here.
Yep.
Like you said, if he could hit the inside, he could possibly get a triple, but
Yeah, I think, I think he,
there's a rock right on the edge of that 4-foot. And just not going to get around it.
it might be possible for a triple, but that'd be a tough shot.
Yep.
More of a normal takeaway. Great shot.
Nice.
Good line sweeping calls, and that was good teamwork, Bill. That was fun to watch. Now Chris on his final stone.
28.
Kristen say it's 28. $15.58, hog to hog, Bill. They want to leave this probably a top 4. Don't want to leave too much of a pocket. you want to be buried enough you can't double it.
Yeah, that's sitting in a nice spot
Yeah, I
right
didn't
now.
pick this one.
Yeah.
But the freeze you make is really good. I mean, yeah, you also have enough of this to get pretty good if you're playing for it. This is risky because if you over curl, you jam.
I know. I think I like the freeze.
Okay.
That's tough too, though.
It's tough, yeah.
But I guess I can be anywhere in the button, right?
Yeah. It's essentially the first shot with a little bit more rock width. I think you throw the freeze.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, we're up to, if they get 3, we're up to.
You see Clark and Bond's time is 4:10 left. They have 1 rock remaining,
Pick's pretty easy too.
If you like it, throw it.
2 ends.
It's whatever you like from the hack.
30?
Yeah. Yeah, I can get it there.
See, they've been trying to pick up time, so Kristen's standing down on that end.
I can't go.
A little heavy,
Actually
Bill.
close.
It looks like it's grinded pretty nice.
Weight's still there.
15:01. It's coming in really nice. Can't have too much of a bounce.
A little bit swayed. It would
It's
have
like
been
a
right in
freeze
there.
tap.
It's a possibility for a 3.
Perfect shot, you get a little bit of bounce and roll under, and they have a free. So, I mean, basically, just need to move it, right?
Right.
So,
So
I
wait,
think.
this is the last
I know,
shot.
that's what I mean. So basically, you just need to move it like
Yeah.
1.5 feet.
Okay.
So whatever weight you're comfortable with, I prefer to play the draw.
Yeah.
So like a draw, like back 4 weight.
I'll throw. Okay, so back 4. So I've been throwing back 4.
Yeah.
I'll throw draw.
So yeah, 25. I can sweep it to bounce, and it's a draw for 2 basically to bounce on. So
So I take half in the 12. That's what I've been taking for center.
yeah,
But a little less, right?
an inch less.
And then shove, okay. So just draw.
Yeah, 25.
They're trying to figure out the line, shooting a little bit outside the 8 foot. Heard him say half 12.
Don't touch it. A lot of weight. Yep.
That was a 34.
If you can.
I think they talked about a 25.
That's the curl, Chris. Yes. Oh, if you can. Whoa.
It looks pretty good, Bill.
Yeah.
It's like a great shot. Oh, just a little more curl.
Yeah, 2 red.
2 red.
Yeah, I just needed a little more curl.
2 red.
Well, keeps him in the game.
Yeah, Chris probably should have stopped sweeping on that one, but
Yeah.
it's hard to call when you're on top of it and there's no one there to yell at you.
Well, that is hard. You know, I find myself doing that often too.
Come on.
Again, we want to thank our sponsors here, generous sponsors. Visit Bemidji, Sanford Health, Paul Bunyan Communications, First National Bank of Bemidji, Bemidji Regional Airport, and the Hearing Wellness Center, and Ruth Howe. Thank you so much for your support. Make our web streams and our broadcasts coming up Sunday possible. Again, just want to talk about the broadcasts on Sunday. We're going to be broadcasting the semifinal and the final match on Sunday. So hope you tune in to Lakeland PBS for that, and it will be carried statewide across Minnesota on the Minnesota channel, and some of our partner public television stations around the state are going to carry it on their main channel as well. I think KSMQ down in Austin is going to put that on their main channel, in addition to on the Minnesota channel. So it'll be available pretty much anywhere in Minnesota and North Dakota to tune in broadcast and cable. So we are pleased and excited to be able to bring these the final and semifinals to you. And got an exciting game going on here. They're clawing back, Clark and Bond. they've still got some ways to go, but we're down to starting the 7th end here, and it's 7-4.
Pretty exciting that it's on PBS, Bob, or Bill. I mean,
You know, we if you remember several years back, we did hockey for quite a long time and got the other stations to carry it too. You know, so we're kind of an odd PBS station. We do things that most of them don't do.
I just heard from a buddy of mine that Fox Sports North was dropped by YouTube TV.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe you should pick up the Twins or something like
Yeah.
that. You should work on that one.
Yeah, I don't think that's probably going to happen.
That's pretty awesome to have curling on PBS, and we'll go from Celtic Thunder to Rolling Granite.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
Same kind of weight I've been throwing.
Well, we got a Walter power play here. So Walker Leichter, they decided to go to power play and see if they can't generate a deuce or multiple and see if they can clean this game out.
Yeah.
Line's good. Whoa. Whoa.
Once again, this game has playoff implications.
Curl.
Like I said, Walker Leichter play McMakin Fenson, who hasn't won a game yet, and then they turn around and they play Anderson Dropkin in the last game, which they're a machine.
They are.
It's going to be a task to take them out. Ranked number 5 in the world, and there's a reason why.
Yep, they've been playing at a really high level.
They've been playing real well.
They're certainly the team to beat.
Yeah.
Again, you know, the first place team out of this will represent the USA at the World mixed doubles. And from what I understand, I think the top 3 teams are qualified to compete for the USA Olympic mixed doubles team. So,
Top 3 get an Olympic berth. That's pretty exciting.
Yep. So
Pretty exciting.
it's not just number 1 that's important here. You know, top 3 spots are really important.
And it's kind of an exciting format. I mean, before you had curlers only had one opportunity as a team to really get in the Olympics, and that was as a 4-person team or a 5-person team.
Right.
Now you can make it as a mixed doubles also. So kind of exciting to have a couple opportunities. So giving teams a lot of format chances. And you know, you talked about the expense of curling, Bill, and how expensive it is for teams to go around and do what they need to do and get the various sponsors. And
Right.
mixed doubles presents a unique opportunity that it's only 2 players. It's only 2 plane tickets, right? So it definitely defers a lot of expenses.
He's working it.
Yeah, Kristen's a little light on that one.
Either way, like,
Whatever you like.
yeah.
Not what they wanted on that one. Definitely not what they wanted on that one.
No.
Probably need to hit the other way.
Blarkers want to set up their center guard somewhere to hide. That one just didn't roll as much as they wanted going back in the house.
A little more active.
Kristen saying it's a 447. Should put you somewhere over the hog line, pretty high. It's a good guard, nice and high, and
They're going to peel it again.
peeled guard.
What?
When is our timeout now?
Yeah.
Looks like
We got the draw before.
Right.
She missed the last couple. She was 15-11 and bounced off, and it was still back 4.
Right.
We're just touching 4. We can split it, make her hit, face 2. We can corner freeze around it. This run back's tricky because it's edge on edge.
Yeah.
She still might draw. So the guard makes her draw anyway.
Right.
So if we put one in there and they throw the double dose for 3, and that's game over.
Right.
So do you like trying to tuck a piece under, or do you like throwing the guard? Or do
Either
you
of
like
those
throwing,
two.
the other shot is this.
Or what?
The other shot's this. Dead even, back 4.
I'm good with whatever.
Well, you're throwing, so
Those ones are, I like all of them.
best chance is she'll hit the open one if we go open.
For sure. And she's made all her hits, right?
I say let's go for it. Let's tuck under.
Okay.
Half
tuck-
under. You're gonna try to freeze our red or just short.
Okay.
Right here, top 4 corner.
Okay.
You could actually bounce the yellow and roll in for second, so there's a little bit of leeway. But just give me, this is like a corner draw. So you want like this?
Are you sure that's all the ice I need?
Yeah, because we've been playing around that corner earlier. We played this, right? I made both of mine right here.
So there's a yellow rock in the way.
I know that, but I made both of mine here. You can go with that.
Okay.
It cannot be open
Okay, okay.
because they have the double for the game.
Okay.
So mid 4 then.
Okay.
We have a little more time.
And
so
what
as much
do
as
you want for number?
We have as much time as you want. We still have 49 seconds because you got travel time to the far end. So
Okay.
we had a minute and 30
Okay,
seconds.
so what number do we want to throw? 25?
I was hitting 25 on mine, so I think you can throw 30, 35.
Okay.
So let's go for 30.
Because pro side is light.
Short's okay. We can kind of corner guard, and she's still drawing for
Okay,
1.
am I taking too much ice or do you think that ice is good? I can take a little less if you
No,
want.
I think this is good. I'm fine with this. Because
Okay.
the guard's okay. If it's hanging, we can leave it short.
Okay.
So 30.
I saw. Yeah.
So like, it's possible to park it.
a lot of options, Bill.
Lots of room. Don't touch it early.
There are.
Because they didn't have a coach, they had
Okay, now.
this extra travel time that you heard him talk about.
Hard. Hurry, 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 hurry. Keep trying.
You can actually make it either way. I think maybe nose is
I like
nose is less risky, right?
Yeah, it didn't quite curl in the way that
No.
Chris wanted. And
Just a little bit light, a little more weight would have got around that one and got behind there a little bit.
yeah, it needed to curl a little bit more too. So I'm not sure if she was outside or it just didn't do what she wanted to do. So
I've thrown this for that double, so I'm pretty much like right on edge of that.
yeah, if they make a double on this, Bill,
Even hair lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
But I mean, I always want to hit it.
They make a double on this, it makes it
Score
really,
3.
really tough.
yeah, one end left. It's pretty tough to come back 6 points with 6 rocks.
It's a little less than your last.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Steal a 1.
Arguably the better play.
Over curled.
Keep the hammer. Well, yeah.
Keeps
I didn't mean that. But.
keeps Blark in the game.
Yeah, it's tough though without the hammer being down by 3. But it's possible. It is possible.
Yeah, it was
Yeah. I haven't even thought
it was a little narrow of a throw. I mean, it was swept quite well by Alex, but just not enough to hold it.
Well, again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Visit Bemidji, Sanford Health, Paul Bunyan Communications, First National Bank of Bemidji, Bemidji Regional Airport, Hearing Wellness Center, and Ruth Howe. And, you know, also want to do a shout out to Toyota, great brand vehicle. I had a Toyota Camry years ago, and it was an awesome car. Chesterburg Toyota locally here for their support of USA Curling and the event going on here in Bemidji. So also want to thank all those folks at home that are watching our web stream. We're happy to do it here. We're Lakeland PBS, and you know, not typical for a PBS station to be doing this kind of thing. So one thing about public television, it is member supported. So you know, we would appreciate you showing some love for curling here on Lakeland PBS. You can go to our website at lptv.org and make a contribution if it's something you're interested in doing to help support the different kinds of things that Lakeland Public Television does, and this is one of them. Curling, something new for us. It's been a lot of fun. It was a big job, though. A lot of setup in here, setting up cameras, setting up a whole little production studio in the corner. So, but we've got a great team, a lot of good people here at Lakeland PBS, and we pulled it off, and I think we're doing a pretty good job. I don't think anybody's complaining about the production quality that we're doing here. So it's been a fun project. Well, here we go, 8th end.
No, thank you to PBS. They've done a phenomenal job in Lakeland. And it's fun to have over the basic web cameras we have here. And we struggle on our camera technology, so it's nice to have experts come in.
Well, it wouldn't take much. You know, I need to visit with the club a little bit about that. Just a couple. I think the only real weak link you have in this thing are the cameras that you got set up. I think they're just a little bit better cameras, and the web stream would be a lot better. And we're not talking a huge amount of money to fix that. So,
I think our overhead cameras have been here. We were talking about it last night. I think at least 15 years.
Yeah, and you know, that's one thing I'll apologize for a little bit. You know, the overheads are standard definition cameras that we're tied into, but you know, for the funding that was available and what we were able to do here, I think we're doing a pretty good job. You know, the overheads, while they're not super sharp HD, they certainly show you where the rocks are laying and give you a good sense of what's going on when we go over to those overheads. But the other cameras that we've got in the arena here are HD, and this production is done in HD, so I think it looks pretty good. And you know, we've taken the extra work to make sure that we're miking the sheet that we're doing and miking the players down there, and that adds so much to the game to be able to hear them strategize and talk and yell, and it's a big important part of the game.
Two-point game now. I'm glad they brought the scores up, Bill. You can see that the games have really tightened up. I mean, Hamilton, Ryman, Smith, you know, that's a tie game, and you know, Hamilton's undefeated. Ryman, Smith, they're non-win, you know, so it's could change some standings here pretty quick. And Oranova, Clausen, Niagara, McLean, Anderson, Dropkin, and Fenson being a pain in their side. And then Christensen, Schuster, and Peterson, Polo being tied. I mean,
yeah, Polo was out by a lot. I think they were 5 to 1, 4 to 1? They were up by quite a bit. So
yeah, no,
it's
these games are tightened up. This is good curling.
Absolutely.
Gets to be which game do you want to watch here at the club? This one didn't quite line up the way that Chris wanted to, and Alex hits us. He doubles those two rocks out, and it's gonna make it tough if they make it.
Oh,
and she's out. Oh. Yeah, it makes it pretty tough. You need to hide 2 points here with 3 rocks left. So you got to hope that center guard stays up there. I wouldn't be surprised if after this, Chris hides one if we start removing that center guard if he buries it. .440. Yep, you heard say that. Maybe a little bit light, but Chris is carrying it pretty far. Yeah, ice is really sped up, Bill.
Yep.
That's a perfect
nice
shot.
Rock.
That's a perfect
Beauty.
shot. Yep. I can see they're gonna peel that center guard. Having that hammer, you're going to want to clean that front out. It's like I always tell the kids in curling. I mean, it's hide and go seek. Do you want to go play hide and go seek in the woods with full of trees, or do you want to go play out in an open field? If I'm the one finding you, I want you to be in an open field.
Absolutely.
So.
Thank you.
Nice job. Clean that out. Took him out of play.
Really all Chris has at this point is just a freeze. You're just going to have to line them up for a freeze. And 'cause at this point, anything's going to get blasted. I mean, you could potentially throw one more guard up
Unlock the back about this far.
and hope they miss a peel or hope they just develop something. But
Gotta throw more weight though.
Just a little. It
Yeah,
carries.
right, get the line right too, right? It's dead nose.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't be offset on this too much,
All right.
especially if you're going to displace a lot of those rocks in the back.
All right, so tight knife by foot.
Yeah.
For 15.
Another win by Dropkin Anderson. Christine on her last shot came up short. So McFenson is still winless.
412.
Robertson wins another one. Chris ain't a little bit heavy and wide. This will probably just soar right through the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Now with one rock left, I guess you're going to see Alex just blast a rock, just to move some granite around.
They blast it, and then you have an open head.
Yeah.
And I could try to pick
That's
it
the
off.
call. Blast it.
Do you ever like trying it, and if you catch like?
Maybe we'll see a rock split yet, Jamie.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that, makes,
I know,
that
yeah.
gives them the shot.
Yeah.
And I could go here, so they're running just to block their draw.
Yeah.
Oof.
Right, because they have to throw it hard.
Right to it's fine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Anywhere from 8 foot to it, just can't bump.
Can't be a guard.
There's a
right?
first loss by Hamilton.
It can. Yeah.
Yeah, it just can't bump.
Okay.
It's either
So
that
Rhyme
or-
Smith
Honestly.
Yeah. I like.
took out Hamilton. The broom slap you hear, that was
So I think it does.
Matt Hamilton after Becca missed that
Because they can't throw this.
takeout.
It's so weird.
So that changes
Which turn are you
that changes some of the possibilities in the B pool. Opens that up a little bit.
I think the fastest turn.
Yeah.
You like this like,
Whatever. It's really whatever you like. Like we know both sides. So.
Makes that Goranova Clausen and Agra McLean game more important.
a little soft release. What'd you get? Margaret?
44.
What? Myself.
Got a curl. Got a curl.
Call line, call line.
Got a curl. Oh, it's curl. Right to the center.
Quite a bit light here, Bill. This is not going to make it to the house.
Keep going. All the way to the center line. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You got it. Go, go, go. A little more, a little more.
Wow. I think we wait on that a little bit.
Nope, I disagree. Like it needs distance and curl. Yeah.
What'd you get?
What do we have on that time clock,
It's
guys?
not possible.
Well, let's just throw it. I mean, we have a minute.
Yeah, there's no shot though.
Board
That's why they
weight.
threw the dart.
I
They got 58 seconds to make a shot, discuss, and
We need board weight, I think, to juggle it.
I guess you're only gonna hit a quarter or
Or is
half.
it gonna huck it down there?
Angles are bad.
you have to come around that center guard. That center guard's just a little bit left
We need it to move it, right?
of the center
I
line.
don't think you can because their nose frozen.
Okay, we're probably not gonna
So
make a
we need
shot.
to be able to carve it and stay on top of our own.
Want me to throw
I
hack?
think you can only throw hack. Hack what?
Between half to board, yeah.
I mean, so I just threw hack, like, I tried to play this, and it
Okay.
curled to there. So you need, like, on the other side, so
Right there, okay. And just between half the board.
sure.
Okay.
If you throw close to the board, you need even less ice.
And a win by Peterson Polo and a loss by Christensen Schuster.
Oh, that's a
little bit outside. Just not too interested in sweeping.
Shot wasn't there anyway. That's why you threw the guard.
There's a handshake.
There we go.
So it looks like the East Coast won this one, Bill, and
Yep.
takes a
A lot of good curling here today.
big lead. One game left on the sheets, and it's the Goranova, Clausen, and Agar McLean on sheet 2. Do you think we could move to sheet 2, guys, and finish out the stream?
Sheet 2 is done, I think.
Oh, did they shake hands? Is that done too? Oh, nobody's posted any scores. I'm sorry.
Yep,
I'm
sheet
sorry.
2 is done.
So we finished them all.
So we're all done, all 6 sheets. Want to thank folks for tuning in and watching the games here. Again, want to thank our sponsors, Visit Bemidji, Sanford Health, Paul Bunyan Communications, First National Bank of Bemidji, Bemidji Regional Airport, and the Hearing Wellness Center, as well as Ruth Howe. Ruth, thank you so much. Don't forget to tune into our next match tonight at 7 p.m. Web stream. That'll feature the Hamiltons, that rink based in McFarland, Wisconsin, versus Christensen Schuster, based in Duluth. So that should be a fun one to watch, and that'll be on sheet 3 again. So again, tune in at 7 tonight for that, and thanks so much for watching. Bill Sanford here with Jamie Quello. Thanks, Jamie. It's been a lot of fun, as usual, and I get to turn this over. Scott Williams is going to be doing tonight, and he's going to be doing the play-by-play, and he should have a good time with it. So,
yeah, no, it's going to be exciting. This Schuster and Hamilton and Christensen, it's definitely a lot of vocals. A lot
of big personalities, so it'll be a fun game, and I think your daughter's going to be doing color, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, she's definitely colorful.
Yeah, Emily Quello will be with Scott Williams.
Yeah, it should be a good game. If you're going to catch a game, this
that'll be a fun game. It really will. They're very vocal, very colorful people, so that'll make it interesting to listen to what they have to say.
Yeah.
So again, we'll close out here. Thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast on Lakeland PBS. USA Curling, I want to thank them for the partnership that we have. It's been a lot of fun working with those folks. They're just great people, awesome to work with, like everybody else that's in this sport.